Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Intern Top 5, where the interns at Explora rank several things in a top 5 category. I'm your host, Clarissa, and I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Xavier,
Sean,
and our guest host,
Jeanette.
And today we're going to be talking about our top 5 celebrities that we would want to be friends with. Jeanette, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jeanette. I am the Youth Development Specialist at Explora, and not in college, don't have a major. Well, I have an art, bachelor's in art, and but my favorite thing to do at Explora is being able to be a support system to goobers like you guys.
especially
That's why
me.
I'm here.
we're all goofy goobers.
Yeah, and I said that with love in my heart.
So, shall we start our lists?
Yes, I don't want to go first. So who's up for it?
Xavier,
I guess I'll go
ahead.
first.
Yeah, you know.
All right.
I want to start with my honorable mention of Nicolas Cage, because I love Nicolas Cage. He's really funny. His movies are iffy,
What? Ghost Rider? Come
and that's why they're so
That's
great.
still iffy.
on. Come on.
His movies are super iffy, but like that's why they're great. They're fantastic. But what?
There's this movie he was in, Willy's Wonderland.
Oh my! I love that movie.
It's terrible.
It's so bad. It's
See?
so bad. I love
Iffy.
it. I
No.
love it so much. Oh my
It was
god!
so cringe. It was like a knockoff Five at Nights at Freddy's, but he's still funny.
I love that movie so much. I want to rewatch. I've rewatched that 3 times.
I couldn't stop watching it. I was like, this is terrible.
It's such.
I
He
watched
doesn't-
the whole thing.
He doesn't talk throughout the entire
No, he
movie.
doesn't say a word.
It's so
doesn't say a word.
stupid, but it's fantastic. I love him.
His energy drink.
Yeah,
Can you buy it online?
I'm sure.
probably.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's
Probably.
available for rent or something.
So good.
Absolutely.
I want to see his new movie, The Incredible Weight of Massive Talent or something.
Where it gets like mega meta
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
and he's great, but I don't know how he is in person. I don't really follow him all that much, and so I didn't put him on my list. But honorable mention. But my number 5 would be Will Smith.
Ooh.
And I know there was the whole controversy with him recently, but like, I don't know. I loved him in Men in Black, and pretty much all of his movies are hits, other than like After Earth. But we don't
What?
need to talk about After Earth.
Never heard of it.
But yeah, he's
What would be fun to do with Will Smith?
Will Smith. Maybe like golfing. I feel like he golfs,
That's a good one.
or like Top Golf or something.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he would do that.
He makes music too, right?
Yeah, he raps.
Still?
Yeah. Oh, well,
Made music.
I know he might still. I'm not sure. But
He's old.
he's kind of old.
It's like taking your dad to hang out. It's your dad bestie.
Oh, I love my dad, so I
Yeah.
would be fine
He,
with that.
he's producing that new Bel Air show.
Oh yeah. Isn't it like taking like a drama spin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
I personally not a fan, but it's for some people, I guess.
It's all good.
Yeah, who watches TV?
Normal people.
Okay, I'm in the same boat with you, Sean. I don't think I've
yeah.
actually watched TV in a very long time.
Me either.
Anime counts as TV.
What? No.
Yeah.
No
No,
ads.
do you mean
No,
like
because I'm not like streaming. I'm streaming it. I'm not necessarily like watching it like on TV or
like
on
with
like, you
intentional
stream-
commercials?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you
I got
stream
you.
it with Hulu.
Yeah.
Like his show is on Hulu, and that's stream it. That's TV
I
still.
guess.
If it's on your TV, you're watching TV.
I
I
don't
don't
have it
have
on
a
my
TV.
TV.
If you're watching it on a screen, you're watching TV.
What?
Yeah,
I guess.
Then it's not called a TV. Are you calling this a TV?
I'd say you're still watching a show. And when I refer to watching TV, I'm not saying, oh, you're watching television.
Television. That's what I was just gonna say.
I would say you're watching the
Yeah, it's not.
screen.
It's a generic term. Like I don't use it. I don't. Yeah, I say watching TV. I don't
Yeah.
say I'm streaming Hulu right now. Or yeah,
be ridiculous.
exactly.
But anyway,
That's a good one. It's a good top 5 coming in strong.
Number 5.
Will Smith. Who's next?
Might as well want to go down the line.
I guess. Okay, so my honorable mention. Oh, my top 5 are in no particular order. So from like 5 to 1, it's not like one got better or worse. Like it's pretty much just 5 people I would love to be besties with. I really had to dig into like my parasocial brain to find out, like in my imagination,
Yeah.
who would be a cool person to hang out with.
Neck and neck.
My honorable mentions are Lizzo, because you all need that friend that pumps you up and is just very into it. And she plays the flute. Come on.
She plays the
What?
flute?
She
Yeah,
does.
she plays the flute.
Flute?
Yeah, and she's good at it.
She's a band kid. She
Yeah.
plays the
I
flute.
could play the flute.
Yeah, not like
Hot cross
Lizzo.
buns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody knows how to play hot cross bun on something.
Yeah,
Don't even know what that is.
or chopsticks.
Yeah.
If it's like it has keys. My second honorable mention is Gwen Stefani,
Ooh,
just because I think she is glamour, but also down to earth, but more glamour now. Also, she married a dude that does country music, and that to me is very fascinating.
Blake Shelton?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then my last honorable mention is Tom Holland, because
Oh,
I just think he'd be a fun bestie.
I think you're right.
Spider-Man.
I think
Yeah.
you're totally right.
Yeah, so my number 5 is Paul Rudd. I think he'd be a good dinner bestie. And when I say that, I mean that he's like the person that you would be like, hey, we haven't seen each other. Let's meet for dinner. And then you're just like, yeah. And you show up and he's just there and tells you about his life. And I would tell him about mine. And I would hear about his like married life with kids and whatever, and I would not know anything about that. But yet find it very interesting. But at the same time, we get a good meal, we get good gossip and catch up on each other's lives. I feel like he's a general like person that stays busy but has a good sense of humor about himself.
Right.
And everybody loves Paul Rudd. So if I were to tell you, Clarissa, I just met Paul Rudd for dinner, you'd be like, great, how's he doing? And I would tell you all of the things, because he's a really great dinner bestie. So Paul Rudd he's amazing. Everybody loves him.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Who's Paul Rudd?
He's the giant
Ant-Man. Get out of here.
Oh, I know who
Oh my
Ant-Man is.
God.
Immediately.
That's the only movie I know him from.
Yeah, no, he's
Okay.
He's done
okay.
some other things too.
Yeah, he was
He's
in
like-
Romeo and Juliet early in his career. He was in Clueless. He's the brother in Clueless.
I totally forgot he was included.
Yeah, he's in This Is 40. He's the husband in This Is 40. He's in a lot of Judd Apatow movies. Have you seen any Judd Apatow movies?
I don't watch
Like-
TV.
Movies.
On the TV. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Got it.
Yeah.
he was
in
in
the
the
movie.
Night of the Museum.
Night in the Museum, yeah.
Who was he in Night of the Museum?
What?
Do you?
Oh,
do you know?
isn't he?
I
He's
do
one
know.
of the.
Night at the Living Museum?
I think he's one of the little people.
He's one of the little people.
I think he's one of the little
Oh,
people.
the little
Don't quote me on
cowboy.
that.
Yeah,
but I think
he's
one of the
also
little
done a
people.
lot of terrible movies, but I don't care. Also, he's in Anchorman.
I don't know that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not very cultured in movies
And Anchorman too.
Yep.
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of terrible movies too. But you know the MCU, so
The what?
Yeah, that's what he's most famous for.
What's the MCU?
Ant-Man.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh.
the more you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I watch Japanese-made films.
Yeah.
That's it.
Kurosawa?
I don't know their names, but I
Oh.
watch them.
Korean films are really
Yeah,
good too.
that's true.
Whatever's on Crunchyroll and looks cool in the title, I watch it.
Yeah.
Very niche, I get it.
Okay. What's your number 5?
My number 5. I don't really have any like honorable mentions because I barely came up with 5. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm switching my 5 and 4. So my 5 now is Roman Atwood. I know I talked about him for the YouTube one.
Yeah.
He's the really cool guy that like has a really nice family, and I don't know, they seem nice. Like
Yeah.
they just have like a really cool bond, and their like logo for their brand is like Smile More.
Yeah.
And so they seem like really positive people, and so I feel like he would be really, really cool like life advice because he's been through a lot.
Right.
So like one of those good friend people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like a stunt YouTuber. Like they
That
would do
too.
big things, like they turned their house into a ball pit,
Yep.
and
That sounds like fun.
I know,
Yeah.
right? That's so awesome.
and then like they did like a tour with other like stunt people, like Steve-O from Jackass and all that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of stuff. Yeah, they did a whole tour, and he like vlogged almost every single day.
And he's a grown man child. He has RC cars and all these cool toys and like trucks and
Makes the content. Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, I don't know. I've watched him like since I was in like 11th grade a few years
Right.
ago when I was like watching TV and YouTube and all that. And I don't know. I've always thought he was really cool because all the stuff he does, and he has fun and still has a family and still like makes money. He's pretty rich.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty rich.
YouTubers are pretty rich.
Yeah.
Depending.
really are.
Depending.
It's not all of them.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
all of them. Also, AdSense and that kind of stuff, like sponsorships, usually
Yeah.
are the thing that reins it in. Or your own merch.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
a brand.
Yeah.
He's a brand. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my number 5.
I wish I was a rich YouTuber.
Really?
I just wish I was rich.
I don't.
I
wish
like-
any of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of honorable mentions. So for that, I apologize to start off.
Do it.
My first honorable mention is Marina. She was part of a band called Marina and the Diamonds when she first started her contract. She's finally done with her contract, but I really love her music, and she seems to be a really down-to-earth person that is here to advocate for women's rights. Same with Halsey, so same reason on that one, just because I've listened to her music for years. But she's doing a really, really great job at advocating after everything that's happened recently. My other honorable mentions are Jamie Markey and Bucket Brown. So Jamie Markey is a voice actor, and she's one of my favorite voice actors of all time. She's extremely supportive. I've met her at Comic-Cons several times, and
What is she voiced over?
she voices over a lot of video game and anime characters. So
Okay.
Junko Enoshima from Danganronpa. She's Mount Lady in My Hero Academia.
Awesome.
She's Patty from Soul Eater, which is one of Death the Kid's twin pistols. But she's got so many different voice lines, and she's really just an inspiration to me. And she's very, very sweet and very encouraging, because when I first told her I wanted to be a voice actor, she was like, "You could totally do it. You have the voice for it. Like, I
Yeah.
could give you some tips on how to get into classes and what you need to start doing." And so that was really, really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
and
crazy.
then
So you-
Bucket Brown is my other honorable mention, because they're a really big inspiration to me and my cosplay, because they use it to
Are they a
express
cosplayer?
themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
They express themselves, and they make a lot of their stuff, but they really just kind of don't really care about the like societal pressures around like cosplaying, because there are a lot of them, and they're just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and like if it doesn't get the views, that's not really what I care about. And so I like that as like a good inspiration for me. My number 5 is Melanie Martinez. I know she's got a lot
Oh,
of controversial.
really?
She's got
Okay.
a lot of controversial stuff, and I am aware
A
of
baby
that.
voice, Melanie Martinez.
But I think she's a
singer.
artist. Yeah.
What song would I know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Her most
Yeah.
popular songs are probably off of her Crybaby album.
Yep.
Crybaby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was known for having like the pink hair, and she has a little gap in her teeth.
Yeah, like Split. She's
Yeah.
One half was pink and one half was black, and she has a gap in her teeth, and she wears like extremely
That's
Lolita
perfect, yeah.
fashion.
That's what she looks like.
No idea who that is. But continue.
Yeah, I would say I would say probably Melanie Martinez. I know that she has a lot of really controversial things around her, and I don't necessarily support that. But I think she's also another one that's there to break the norms surrounded by like the field she's in, because a lot of the time people don't necessarily want music that's truthful. You know, they want pop that's just kind of like, oh, this is going to be really generalized, and so because it's generalized, like everybody's going to like it. And she makes music that's a little bit more thoughtful, I guess, and it makes you kind of think about what she's saying. And so I kind of like that, and I think
So you see her as like a
As-
thoughtful person.
yeah, I think
Got
she
it.
would be a thoughtful person and an interesting person to have a conversation with, if nothing else.
And a fun wardrobe,
Yeah,
definitely.
I like her sense of style.
Yeah.
This is the photo with the gap in her teeth.
Oh, it's like a knockoff Sia.
There's that. I guess you could say that. Yeah, totally.
There. Yeah. No, but
Not a homage, not got. So she never like went incognito so that you didn't know her. But I can see how you go there.
Just like the half two.
Yeah, the two-tone hair and a persona around herself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the little baby like persona, but like sings about dark things or just things that are real.
Yeah,
You know,
she sings about like real issues. She's got one called Mrs. Potato Head, which is basically the concept behind how a lot of women will get plastic surgery to make themselves look better for their partner.
Right.
And it kind of targets the partner of, are you still going to love her even when her face is complete leather?
Wow.
woo, wow.
Wow.
Didn't mean that to
I
happen.
don't know who Sia is either.
Doesn't
Okay.
Sia sing
Only-
Chandelier?
Yes.
Only girl I know with split hair is Harley Quinn.
Harley's
Harley's an icon.
So, but you
You
have
know.
her on there somewhere.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
But she sings
I don't know.
Chandelier.
You were
which I
showing
feel
it to
like
the
you would
camera.
have to know.
If I saw that picture, I'd say Lady Gaga. So.
Oh, okay. Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
Okay, yeah.
I see that.
Very fair. Like, knowledgeable, like, in the pop sphere, like, has a lot of people with eyes on her. But yeah, definitely can see that.
Yeah.
Number
My-
4.
My number 4 is Bernie Burns. He used to be CEO of this big YouTube company, Rooster Teeth,
Oh, okay.
and that is like
Did he make content too with Rooster Teeth?
he did make a lot of content.
Okay.
Yeah. But they used to be like my favorite YouTube channel, and they made some of my favorite shows, and he was kind of the mind behind a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he would be great at lunch,
Oh, that's a good one.
like a lunch kind of pick your brain kind of thing. I don't know, but he seems fun, and he's kind of old now, but you know.
Old at what? What age?
Um,
In your
Shucks.
opinion.
well, well,
You're like, he's over 30, Grandpa.
What is he? 27?
well, that-
I know.
because y'all were making fun of me for Will Smith saying he's old, but
he is old.
Paul Rudd's like 50 something.
What?
Yeah.
okay, he's
Paul Rudd has like drank some water or made a deal with somebody, and he's just looking.
okay. No, never mind. He's actually kind of young. He's 49.
Oh, well.
Young?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait.
That's not that old.
He
Not
just
that
threw
bad.
us for a loop there.
Yeah. But developed a company.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
made a company. He produced content for like 15 years. I don't know. He's
That would be a smart bestie. Yeah.
Wow.
A corporate bestie.
you know, he like from interviews, and he seems like a fun guy. You know, likes the community and all that. And I don't know what he's doing now. I think he moved away, but you know, he seems cool. I don't know.
That's a good one. Yeah, going on to that, my number 4 is actually another content creator. Mine is Markiplier, who is
Ooh, okay.
so
I know him.
yeah. Wow. No way. Markiplier has quite like 10 billion views clocked in on his content total, and he's a pretty popular YouTuber. But to me, there's an interview I heard, and this is what made me like put him in around like, oh, I like the honesty. You are that kind of a bestie, and it's the bad bestie, and I don't mean bad as in like, ooh, they're bad, they're good, or bad as in I do illegal things with this bestie.
Let us scratch on fire.
Yeah, no, they're the bad bestie in the sense of he's like a self-proclaimed bad friend in the sense of won't answer your texts right away, won't like when you make plans, you know you'll never meet up, but it's just nice to make plans that you like touch base and it's like, hey, let's meet up for dinner. Yeah, totally. That'll never happen. Like that kind of a bad bestie, but he's also the kind of bad bestie where let's say you're shopping at Target and then you get a call and it's him and you're like, hey, I'm just at Target. And he's like, oh, which Target? And you're like, oh, he's like, I'm 10 minutes away. You have time to like meet up? And he would meet you at Target and just catch up for 10 minutes and you hang out in the parking lot and like chat for a little bit. And then you're like, let's meet up for dinner. You're like, yeah, totally. That'll never happen. And then you just like, get that text 6 months from when you last saw each other. And then you just wait till you're getting gas and he's like, oh, you want to meet at the Panda Express nearby? Because I'm like 10 minutes away. Yeah, cool. Like that kind of bad bestie where it's like great to meet up with them, but you never make solid plans. Like the solid plans never work out.
It's all spontaneous.
Exactly. He's too busy. I'm living my life. It's bad bestie, but in the good way. So Markiplier would be the good bad bestie. Conversation is always top notch.
For some reason, when you started that by saying bad bestie, I thought bad mumbo jumbo.
What? What even is that?
Wait, for the uninitiated, can you tell Sean what
What
that
is
means?
Honestly, I don't even know.
Bruh.
That's just what I think of, like the good, the bad, and the ugly for some reason. And I don't know what that is originally from or not, but
Yeah.
what do you think?
When I think of that, I think of like, like a mumbo jumbo, like doesn't make sense, but makes sense to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, like you have everybody categorically like in your own world. Like, oh, this is the good friend, the bad friend, but it's all just a bunch of mumbo jumbo anyway. Like, doesn't matter. Like that.
Okay. I guess like okay.
Yeah, but what's your 4?
My 4 is, since I switched my 5 and 4, it is now Ryan Reynolds. He moved up one, just by thinking about it.
He was in my list. I even had to throw him off the honorable mention.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Paul Rudd overrides.
What?
No.
I definitely think Deadpool would win Ant-Man. Well, just saying. I don't think he's in the MCU. MC Escher.
MC Usher.
He's not in that world, right?
No, he's
No.
Yes, he's separate.
Anyway, I don't know, all his characters seem very funny, and like he has I feel like in real life that's how he would be too.
Yeah,
So I think
they all
this
have
could
like a
be good.
similar like sense of humor in
Yes,
all
I
of
love
his
that.
characters.
I love
From
that.
like Van Wilder to like Waiting to Deadpool, all of that kind of stuff. Even when I'm older than y'all, so even when he was doing those movies before Deadpool, me and my friend would read comics and we would just be like, he'd be a really good Deadpool. We just think he'd really be a good Deadpool, and that was a while ago, and then that exactly happened.
You guys called it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Live journal nerds for the win.
Yeah, and he's a legend now. Like he's just made like he's like mainstream.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my
Yeah.
number 4.
Have you seen Green Lantern?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a Green Lantern too. I forgot about
he's
that.
Not that good. Why'd we bring that
It
up?
was all right.
It was not all right. No.
No, it was all right.
They made fun of that in the end of Deadpool 1.
No way.
In the end credits, they have a X-Men Origins thing, and they have a Green Lantern thing, and they make fun of how bad those movies were.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah. But also, he has a great sense of humor. He is one of the few that I do run across online, and like him cropping his wife out for like birthday messages or things like
What?
that. Yeah. So he's married to Blake Lively, and he'll just say like, "Oh, happy birthday to my like, lovely wife," and it's a picture of him mostly in the image and like half of his wife's face. And just was like, I love her so much.
He's a family man, right? He has
Yeah.
kids.
He has kids, married,
Dang
and that
it.
kind of stuff. But has a really rockin' sense of humor. I really like that. That's a good choice.
Yes. There's no way I wasn't putting him on the list. Number 4.
My number 4 is actually tied for 2 people. It's Ash Nico and Poppy. I like their sense of style. I like their music, but I think that they would both be really good, like, friends to do things with. So, like, going to the arcade or going roller skating or, like, bowling or whatever, like, that would be who I would pick, I think.
So I know
Okay.
Poppy is, I'm Poppy.
Yeah.
And she does YouTube content and music and stuff. Who is Ash Nico?
Ash Nico is my favorite artist as of the past, like, 3 years in a row. She makes a lot of, I would say it's almost alternative pop because it does have the pop edge to it, but it's not necessarily the content I guess most pop singers would sing about. And she talks a lot about, she's got an album called Panic Attacks in Paradise. And it's like her idea of how she's always had like really, really traumatic relationships. And so it's hard for her even when she's in a healthy relationship to feel like good and safe and confident in that relationship. And she talks a lot about how she quote unquote made an album to let out some aggression.
That's right.
And so I really like that album a lot. It's really good hype music, like gym music for the win. And I like Doja Cat's music is also good for the win, but like I gotta pick Ashnikko over it.
I like a good internal anthem. Like when
Yeah.
you're listening to your, like just in your earbuds, you're just listening to it and you're just like, yeah, absolutely, totally.
Well, and sometimes it's good like angry music, you know, when
Yeah.
you're just like in a bad mood and you just want to like let it out. Like listen to that music and scream it. Like I've done that a few times. It's therapeutic music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good, like anthem bestie / do things together bestie.
Yeah.
I could see that. That's like a good aesthetic turnout at the roller rink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like coordinating outfits with the skates. Maybe the skates have lights and those cool toe caps.
LED skates.
Yes,
Her
all
music
that.
is blasting.
Yes,
be the vibe.
absolutely.
Oh, cool.
That would be the vibe.
Who's Poppy? What's that?
She's also a singer. She
Oh.
makes some YouTube content. I've personally never seen
She's
it,
more of a
but-
persona. She's another one that's more of
Oh,
a persona.
okay.
So she's just very kind of like robotic and very intriguing. Just kind of like, hi, I'm Poppy. Do you like phones? I like phones.
Yeah, like her
Yeah.
YouTube content's a little weird, so I've never actually like delved into her YouTube content.
Uh-huh.
But I do like her music because it kind of reminds me of baby metal. I don't know if you're familiar
Yes,
with what baby metal
I
is,
love baby
but
metal.
it is like baby metal, and so
never
I
been so-
really love it.
Included.
I think you would enjoy baby metal.
What?
I really do.
Baby metal is
listen
so
to,
good.
I listen to like indie, like and rock.
Yeah, baby. I just
Baby
needed to. There,
Baby
yeah,
metal's
a
wonderful.
Japanese kawaii metal band. So
Oh, it's a
literally,
band.
Yeah.
Oh, genre. It was like baby metal.
Same.
Yeah, so they have like their back music is really really heavy, but then they
Oh,
come
yeah.
in like they have a song called "Gimme Chocolate."
Yep.
What?
And like it starts off and it's like really really heavy, and then they start singing, and it's just like they're really happy like.
Yeah, and they have they have a full metal band backing them up, but they're like in little puffy dresses
And they like jump
matching
around
hair.
on stage. It's my favorite thing.
And they do the little like peace signs and like choreograph moves while like metal music is playing behind them.
yeah, they're kind
It's
of
like a
J-pop
great
band.
juxtaposition.
Yeah.
So good.
They're kind of like what you would consider to be like a very like kawaii J-pop band.
Yeah.
But they have like heavy metal playing in the background.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's great.
Absolutely.
Hawaii. Doesn't that just mean cute in Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like that good melding of the words, like you would say like a pastel goth kind of thing, but except it's metal and like cute Japanese girls.
For a while, I pronounced kawaii as kiwi.
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 Yeah.
I would see it and be like, kiwi.
Kiwi.
It was
Kiwi.
the pose too.
Kiwi. You're joking, right?
I want to say I wish, but I completely can believe that.
Yeah, I believe that he really
Yes.
did
Yeah.
okay.
that.
I
He's
don't know.
saying that completely unironically.
Kiwi.
It's what it looked like. My number 3 is going to be The Rock.
Oh, good
Yes.
choice. Solid choice.
I'd want to go to the gym with him because I feel like
You want to die? You want a death wish?
no. Okay, he's a pretty nice guy, right?
I think
And
The Rock would be like, oh, he's cute. Like,
Start lifting you. Bro.
He's bench pressing
I feel
you.
like he would be supportive. I don't
yeah,
know.
I agree
yeah.
with that. Yes.
And like
Makes a lot of like, do you know those ads about like starving kids and stuff, and like he does those sometimes.
He does those?
Yeah, he's like helping kids with education and stuff.
yeah.
Sorry, continue.
No, but yeah, no, I just think he'd be supportive and he'd like push me to actually go to the gym more.
I
Okay.
love it. Can you imagine
Yeah.
getting a call and like you're with us right now? You're like, oh, guys, The Rock. Like,
I
I gotta
gotta
get
I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm not gonna hold
I
the
have
rock
to go to
up.
the gym. My bad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is definitely one where we're like, we would look at each other like, did you know Xavier's friends with The Rock? Like,
I gotta go spot him.
Yeah.
Gotta go right now.
He's doing a personal best today. Give
Yeah.
us any luck.
you were there just to witness his best PR. You're just like, yeah. Oh my gosh.
You got this.
Dang, your hype man, The Rock.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna put that as a contact, hype man, The Rock.
You become, he's your bestie, but then you have those conversations where you're like, you're like, I'm your best. He's like, no, man, you're my best.
Oh my gosh.
You're there for me.
Just hearing his voice when you say that, like,
Right?
It'd be ridiculous, but We would hit it off.
Who needs mood boosting meds when you have The Rock as your friend? That's good.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. Ugh, I guess I have to take it.
Number 3.
Number 3 for me. Some of you know her as Kombucha Girl.
What?
She went viral for like tasting kombucha and being like, but her name is Brittany Broski, and I love her to death.
Broski.
She is a content creator as well. She's like popular on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. But she also has a podcast called Violating Community Guidelines, where they break down like certain subjects online, like that people like from bronies to like MLMs to like faceless creators, and they have like, she has her own like spin on things with her cousin. But she is definitely to me like like bestie to do things with bestie. Mm-hmm. So she is the one that I would be like, do you want to go to a show? Yes, let's go to a show. Do you want to go to the mall? Yes, let's go to the mall, even though who goes to the mall nowadays? And if it's like, do you want to go to Home Depot because I need to pick something up? Yes, let's go to Home Depot. And do you do everything you need to do on time? Probably not. So you really kind of like block out your day, because before you know it, you spent like 6 hours in Home Depot, didn't get the thing you needed until you were leaving, but you caught up on all the gossip, you know what's going on, and you guys have made plan for the next 4 weeks. So Brittany Broski would be that kind of bestie. Absolutely. And any of your social media posts, immediate like, immediate comment, immediate hype up. Mm-hmm. And we all need a friend like that. You have The Rock. I have Brittany Broski.
Brittany Broski. Okay. I'm getting to mine.
Yeah.
That's your number 3?
That's my number 3. Take it away with yours.
Well, this isn't my hype man yet, but he's a really good one. His name's Tanner Fox. You guys ever heard of him?
No.
Tanner Fox?
Educate us.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
He became like really popular on YouTube for scootering.
Oh.
And so he went like into competitions and stuff, and he started doing YouTube when he was in like elementary, like young 5th, 6th grade. He had a little cringy YouTube channel, and then he kept it until like now. He's like 23, like early 20s.
Yeah.
And he's like has a mansion. He has these really dream cars everyone wants. He goes on tour. He meets famous people. He's living his like best life now.
Still scootering?
He still scooters, yeah.
Wait, like Razor scooter?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know.
None of that Razor scooter stuff. Like he like does like flips over Lamborghinis and Bugattis and does backflips on the flat ground. He does crazy jumps. He's like up there with the good people. But I feel like with him, it would be really nice to like hang out, like and do those fun things like shopping, arcade, roller skating, go scootering. I love to scooter, so I kind of learned from him a bit. And all his car he owns is my dream car, of course.
What is that?
It's a Nissan GTR R35.
That sounds fancy.
It's a JDM car, so it's like we don't see them a lot here. They're made in Japan, but it's my dream car, and he owns it, and he owns a Lamborghini. Who doesn't want to drive in a Lamborghini? Come on. And it's like awesome because he like spent a lot of money on it, and so I feel like that's really cool how he puts his like mind to it and he gets it done. And starting from when he was young, he never stopped the grind.
Inspirational.
Yeah, he's very inspirational, and so yeah, that's
You'd hype him up too. You'd be like, "Oh, you did this?
yeah.
Now let's ride in it."
Yeah, and he's like we can go to the skate park together or something, do a vlog.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh, you would actually want to create content with a bestie.
Definitely.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I have a TikTok.
Halfway there. We're halfway there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 subs. Let's go. If you're watching this.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Markiplier.
Yes.
Mark's videos honestly got me through a lot of difficult times. You know, he's really good at being supportive to his fans, but I also think he's like genuinely a nice person. And even though, like you said, he's deemed himself kind of the bad bestie because he doesn't respond to texts, like he still does his best to be supportive and show that he cares about his friends, you know? Yeah. And he's not afraid to be honest. He's done a number of videos where he'll just like break down different things and he's like, look, I'll be honest, like, I have to take a break for my own mental health, or I know you guys want content, but I deserve a break, you know? And I think that that's really important too, because he's teaching a lot of people to advocate for themselves and what they need.
Yeah.
Because in our society especially, we're really heavy on the idea that, like, you can't really take a break or you can't really say no. And so it's really, really nice to have someone who I think would be supportive, but also would definitely be sure that you're not burning yourself out, you know?
Absolutely. You really like having an arsenal of supportive besties. You
Oh,
really
yeah.
like them to be creative, but at the same time have this like underlying like nurturing end to them. And another thing, just because we're on the loving Markiplier train, is one of my favorite things over quarantine was him picking beefs with certain brands. Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
he picked beefs with like canned food and with
Oh,
like
yeah.
chips and all that stuff. But my favorite one that I was like, oh, I feel seen was packaging. There was one where he got like Sour Patch Kids and it was like in a really cool package, but then he was expecting them to be in the bag, like nicely laid. You know, you expect a package to be like a full experience, you know, you eat with your eyes before you eat with your mouth, you know, and so he opens it and literally it's just a bag of Sour Patch Kids in a really cool box, and he's like, what is this? Like, this is like half the delivery. And like my niece and nephew found that hilarious, yet I was like, I am with him. That is a terrible delivery method. And I was like, I demand redemption as well.
Oh.
A bad bestie would stick up for that.
I never got. I started with the Markiplier train late, and so I don't have that kind of nostalgia for him. But like he's pretty cool, and like as a creator, and all of his videos are pretty fun. But I don't have that same kind of connection.
So he's not your number two?
He's not my number two.
And
My number two.
I'm
Not
there with
you
ya.
either, Gabe.
He's not even on my list. I never thought about him.
Why'd you have to reveal so early?
That he's not? No. Were you expecting us to just all say Markiplier?
So my number two is Markiplier. My number two, Neil Patrick Harris.
Ooh.
From he
He was in How I Met Your Mother.
was in How I Met Your Mother. That's his big role that I know him from. But
Oh.
he's in a lot of stuff. He's in
Barney.
The blonde dude, yeah.
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 Okay.
He's in a series of unfortunate events.
Yep.
He's the bad guy in that.
That was very good.
That was.
He was in the newest Matrix. It wasn't good,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
was in that one.
That was a
He was.
Yeah, see? I said it wasn't good.
What? That was a good movie.
You liked it?
You
What was
like
wrong with
the new the.
Dude, Matrix?
Yeah.
Dude, it continues the story and tells them how they got out.
Well, but the thing is, the story from 2 and 3 is not great either. So
I guess we just have different tastes.
Yeah. That's another top 5.
Yep.
but you know, I really liked him in How I Met Your Mother, and he's he's just a fun dude, and I had a dream about him at
Wow.
one point, and it's like a sometimes reoccurring thing, but so it's
It reoccurs? Like he keeps coming back?
it's-
What kind of a bestie is
Okay.
he in your dreams?
okay. The one I remember most is we were swimming, right? And so we swim laps or something, and start playing with one of those beach balls. And so we do volleyball, of course, and then we go back to my house and we watch How I Met Your Mother
What?
on my couch.
You're showing him his craft back to him?
That's just like a reoccurring dream that I have constantly, and so I don't know if that's what we would do, but like
Sure.
he has to be on my list because of that. you know?
Is How I Met Your Mother a comfort show for you?
I really like How I Met
I
Your
think
Yeah.
that's probably why it's in
I
your
was just
dream.
gonna say,
Okay.
my dream
yeah.
interpreter brain says that, like, do you like swimming? Is swimming a comforting thing for you?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's swimming.
Maybe I'm reaching.
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good at swimming. I'm a lifeguard
Yeah.
or registered as a lifeguard. But you know,
Yeah, your brain takes information from your day and things you watch a lot, and it'll actually like input that. So it doesn't make sense. I can't explain it to other people.
Same.
But
I
I do
get that.
watch a ton of anime, I've had anime characters in my dream with normal people. They're still 2D and completely in animation. How it makes sense in my head, I couldn't tell you. But it
you're
makes
not
sense.
you're not having those like TikTok things where you're like, I visited the alternate universe
no.
Oh my
and
gosh.
was best friends with, you know. Yeah, that's taking it too. I think you've kind of revealed that NPH is your comfort bestie.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's fun.
Oh, that one's really cute. Oh, look at everyone getting vulnerable.
Oh my
I enjoy this. I'm sorry, it was interrupting.
No,
Is that your number 2?
Yeah, that was
My
my
number 2 is season 5 winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, Jinx Monsoon. Jinx Monsoon goes by she, they pronouns. She is currently in season 7 All Stars, which is like a winter season where winners are coming to compete. Jinx is what I called the witchy bestie. She is witchy, she is kooky. She's like one of those that you would meet and you would be like, I don't know if I should buy crystals from her or walk past her if you were anybody else. But she's very much one of those people that talks with a soft voice and like acts very motherly, like, tell me more, oh my God, no way. But at the same time has like a loud, obnoxious, witchy cackle and will also tell you to do bad things, but like with
What?
love in her heart, like just take it. No one's gonna say anything.
Oh.
You know, that kind
Yeah.
of a thing.
Yeah.
Or if you went shopping and you really wanted the shoes, like if you really wanted those like Air Force Ones and you're like, oh, I don't know. And it's like, if you don't get it now, you're going to kick yourself for it later. And you're just like, oh, get the shoes and that kind of a
You didn't
thing.
work hard
She's
for
the one
nothing.
who encourages irresponsible purchases.
Yes,
That's okay.
we'll definitely encourage it. But at the same time, if you were sad and you were not feeling yourself, would invite you over. Her home would look like some weird cottage in the middle of the forest, even though it's on like Central and Second. And you're transported to like another like universe, and you would have tea, and her cats would be around, and she'd play the ukulele even though you didn't ask. And you try on her wigs and her clothes and just be an all around good mood because Jinx is that witchy bestie. So, Jinx Monsoon. Oh, also, she's funny to boot. Yeah, that is one
boot?
thing. Funny to boot. Yes, I pulled out an old person saying,
does that
"Don't
mean?
judge me."
Like,
Means like
funny
the
as well.
best. Yeah.
You've never heard that?
Number 2.
Take it away.
My number 2 is my hype man, John Cena. Yeah, it was either John Cena or The Rock, and I was like, I stick to my roots because I liked him first. I don't know. I've always had him as like the famous person I always wanted to meet as a kid. I stuck with him the whole time. And I don't know. Have you guys seen the movie like Fred? Was
Yes.
Fred serious?
Because he plays himself. Because he's like, you can't see me. And I was like, yes, I can.
He plays himself, and I love when he comes out of like he just opened the fridge and he's in there like,
Yeah.
you need to give me your lunch or something. It's just like dad you rarely see, but when you do, it's like awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like an intimidating dad.
No, I don't see him as intimidating.
Really?
At all.
You do? You don't?
I don't
Maybe
see him as
intimidating
intimidating.
for
He doesn't
other
see him
people,
at
but,
all.
like,
Okay.
He doesn't see intimidation. He doesn't see
Yeah, that's how he reminds me of my
stature.
dad.
Nothing.
Wait, oh my
That's why he just has that special spot.
Yeah, he was actually in town earlier this
What?
year. Yeah, I think he was like doing a movie.
What movie?
Yeah, I don't know what movie, but he was here because they saw him at Sawmill.
Probably something
saw
about
him?
a jungle.
I didn't see him. People saw him at
Everyone
Sawmill.
goes to Sawmill. What
It's
the heck?
expensive, dude.
It's so expensive.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hang
Oh my
out there
gosh.
just to hopefully run into someone famous one of these days.
That's so.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, he seems like he's very funny. I don't know. Even like off camera, there's like those interviews and stuff, and he's like a gym like beast. So
Yeah.
hopefully help me get muscle. I don't know.
Ooh, another gym bestie. Look
Yes,
at that.
I was getting there. See, I was warning you.
Yeah, you guys pick multifaceted besties like athletic slash
WWE.
Yeah,
come
He could
wrestlers.
teach you wrestling.
on, literally.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a good one. He's a good one. And I've seen him on his reality shows, so like, and he's kind of like a serious guy, so he can be fun yet serious and very
Yep.
calm. Love that.
My number 2 is another tie. between Millie Bobby
We're
Brown
sneaking people in.
Wow.
and
Okay.
Sadie Sink.
Millie Bobby Brown and Sadie Sink.
Yeah, so that's
Tell me who Saley
11
is.
and Max.
Oh,
Oh,
both
got
of
it, got
them.
it. Okay.
Both of them, I
Redheads.
think, would be good friends to do something with. But I
Yes.
also feel like Sadie might be one of the like the good bad friends, the one that's like it's a little hard to talk to them, but like when you make plans, they're going to be completely spontaneous, but it will happen.
Yeah.
The plans you make won't happen, but but I think that those again, I really want like strong supportive friends, and so I think they would both be really supportive. And Millie is really sweet. I have a couple friends who are extras in a lot of movies, and they've worked with her on set for Stranger Things, and she was like beyond sweet to them. And I think that that's really important because I've worked Comic-Cons before, I've been celebrity handlers before, and sometimes they're really nice to the people they're signing things for, and they're really not nice to the people taking care of them.
Yep.
But I think she would actually be like a genuine person and not one of those people who's just kind of there and like friendly on the outside, but that's like an outer persona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think she would actually be really sweet.
Yeah. You're really involved in a lot of trios with your little sneaking in of people. You're like, I am the third, and I am surrounded by lovely people. If I would have known, I would have snuck in so many.
And my number one is
Yeah.
like 5 different people.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
It's the cast of How I Met Your Mother. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. No, my number one is Kevin James. The-
Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Paul Blart Mall Cop, because he, as a comedian, he's a funny guy. He like I don't know, I feel like I could hang out with him and we just talk and laugh about whatever, and like I feel like I could do spontaneous stuff with him. Be like, yo, I'm gonna go to the arcade. You wanna go hit it up? And we go to the arcade and walk around town, whatever.
On a Segway.
Right around town.
In his mall. He's like, I'm on my way.
I love how Kevin James in your head is Paul
Yes,
Blart.
that's the only- Or Zoolander. I just see with the monkey.
But we would get up to like adventures, like go boating or something. I don't know.
That's a good one. I never would have thought of that. I think about him too in like the Adam Sandler movies, and you kind of you're hitting the nail on the head.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, he's in the Grown Ups like franchise.
Oh, Grown Ups. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mostly know him a lot from his comedy specials,
Okay.
and so I like his personality seems very doing stuff, doing fun stuff. He's funny. I don't know. He just seems like I could hang out with him and get up to wild shenanigans.
A wild shenanigans bestie.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Is that it for you?
That was my
That was your
number
number
one.
one?
I'm
A
out.
wild shenanigans bestie?
Wild shenanigans.
I had to pick a rich bestie. Because even though everyone else is like well known in my top 4, like they're known people, I needed somebody who was rich and knows how to live being rich. Like I know them for being rich. And I wasn't looking for like business mogul. I wasn't looking for like like business mogul, like somebody who's like business minded or selling NFTs on Instagram. I wasn't looking for that. I was, delete that person. I was trying to find somebody, and to me, like, I want, like, it was not an honorable mention. I grazed through Beyonce just because I felt like she's too unattainable rich. Like, I couldn't talk to her rich. But my number one and my rich bestie is Rihanna, Bad Girl Riri. First of all, she knows how to be rich. Secondly, she doesn't act like she's rich, but she does dress rich. She lives the rich life. People know she's rich, and she's about to have a rich baby. So, I don't know, something about rich, just rich. She's just like that person that you come over and you'd be like, hey, you want to have a drink? Cool. And it's like, I'm having soda, but it's like in a $1,000 Versace glass or something
Holy
like
cow.
that. Yeah. Or she gets me a birthday present. She goes, oh, it was nothing. And it's like a $4,000 piece of jewelry or something
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh.
A friend that knows how to be rich.
Yep.
See what I mean? Like, imagine getting a gift and it being like her whole makeup line and her being like,
Oh.
it was nothing. No, it is something. So we all need that like rich bestie so that we can just be like, oh my God, thank you. But I would still be grateful. And and also she's a Pisces, so we would get along. I'm a Pisces too. So Bad Girl Riri, Miss Rihanna would be my number one and my rich bestie.
Number one.
Yeah.
The money.
Also, I would hear the album before she drops it because people have been waiting.
Ooh.
Wow.
Because that's what rich besties do.
My number one is not alive. It's Paul Walker. Yeah, legend. I feel like I love the Fast and Furious movies. I've always loved them. I love cars. I love learning about them. And the one he drives is my real dream car. The one Tanner Fox is like the newer one. The new dream car, but the old, it was like the model before it, our GTR 34. And I don't know, I just feel like he seemed like a really cool guy. And I think he passed away like driving to a charity or something.
Yeah.
To like help with kids, you know? But he also can teach me how to drive, you know, if he was still alive.
Aw.
But yeah,
Do you not know how to drive?
like drift and like
Yeah.
race.
Stunt
drag
drive.
race.
Yeah.
And my car doesn't just have Nas in the back of
I
it.
was
Yeah.
like, you drove here.
I did not. You
No.
drove us here.
Facts.
But when
But
you're
yeah.
with him, you're family. Almost like the Olive Garden, but
Family.
not quite. Yeah.
Family.
That's a good one. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so sweet that you picked somebody who'd passed, but you'd have good memories with them.
definitely.
A nostalgic bestie.
Yep.
Oh.
My number one is Zendaya.
Oh.
Her red carpet looks are amazing. She always looks great,
Yeah.
and I like her in all of her like movies and shows that she's been in. I think she's a great actress, but I think she would also be very kind to people, and I think that that's really important. I think it's more important to be a good person than it is to be really anything else. And so I think she would be a really good person, and I think it would be really fun to hang out with her, even if it was just doing like something simple, like, hey, come over and we'll watch like a TV show for an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
You really, I like that every time you mention someone, you like to reiterate that they're like a good person. Not saying that we would be like, oh, they're terrible, but I like that you keep highlighting that because that's important to you. So is that it? You went
That's-
through it all?
Yeah.
That's
number
it. So
one.
that is all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to leave your list in the comments below and follow us on our social medias, which are XStudioNM and ExploraNM on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. See you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.